finished the story.
And it's time. It's time for the main event.
Yee.
How are you, fellas?
All right, how are you?
Good. Oh, good. Oh, good. Matt, how are you doing?
I'm a cunt, so we move. No, I'm alright. Alright. Same shit, different day.
Go on, Matt. Go on, mate. We've got this. We're going to talk about some fantastic wrestling that we've had at the weekend.
Well, we're not. Oh, at the weekend, yeah. And then you're talking about New Japan, so I can go to sleep for that.
Yeah, it's like...
Matt, slowly slipping back into the WWE, Mark.
No, I'm not. What, because I don't like New Japan? Sorry.
You've not watched AEW properly for a while either.
Because I just forget about it. It's easy for me to do with WWE because it's on Sky and I can do it. Whereas when I'm at work, I can't watch it because it won't let me on Triller. And then when I get home, all I do is just chill out with my family. So I don't watch it.
Fair enough.
But
But
there's
anyway,
only one thing that's interested me in AEW anyway at the moment. So, and that's the Moxley thing.
I thought you were going to say Mariah May. I thought you were going to...
No.
It's entertaining at the moment. But yes, we're off the back of Crown Jewel this weekend. Got a few things to cover. Let's rock and roll. What have we got for us, Matt? Any news?
Well, I'll let Ted start with his New Japan.
All right, okay.
We had New Japan.
We had Power Struggle yesterday. We had three big things come out of the show. Leading up to Wrestle Dynasty in January 5th. Kenny Omega came out, which is probably the biggest news, to announce his return to wrestling. He doesn't want to return in an AEW ring. He wants to return in an NJPW ring, which is quite interesting. He's cut a promo mostly in Japanese, which was quite nice to see. Brought back memories of days gone by. His first potential opponent is going to be Gabe Kidd, which is an interesting pick. He's not one of the safer wrestlers, I'd say. He is quite strong style. He is strong style can get in New Japan. But really happy to see Kenny, and it was nice to see him in a ring, back where he belongs. And I hope if he does come back, it's all done with the right safety, so that he can still go like he used to. You feel about that, John? Because obviously you're as big a Kenny fan as I am.
I think it's a warm-up match for a minute. It's going to be. And I think the Bucks might get involved with it because they're going out. They've announced they're going to be out Wrestle, whatever it's now. I can't think it's called.
Wrestle Dynasty.
So they've already announced they're going to be competing there. So are we going to get something there? Are they going to carry on the feud that originally started? Or are we meant to forget about that so they can move into the Young Bucks and the Elite coming back to save AEW? But yeah, no, it's Kenny. It's back in the ring. Just hope it's done at the right pace for Kenny, because that's really what him to get injured and then out again. I don't know how much longer we've got of him, especially with this illness now as well. We have to wait and see. But no, Kenny is what caught my attention because I was texting you about it last night. And it was Kenny in the ring that caught my attention, and then the other stuff you're going to tell them now.
Then we had, in the 8th match of the show, it was Tai Chi versus David Finlay. Sonata, who is the leader of Just Five Guys, came out and then took out his shirt, and he has joined Bullet Club War Dogs. Interesting move. I think, unfortunately, the hope was Sonata was going to be the next big thing in NJ. That has obviously failed, and now he's taking a backseat to David Finlay. But like me and John spoke before this when we were setting up, that it could mean that David Finlay's onto other things. I don't think it is, but we'll see where he fits in, because that faction's getting bloated again. They trimmed it right down where it were nice and everything were concise. It's getting stupid again. So you've got at the minute you've got David Finlay, you've got Jake Lee, you've got the you've got Kenta, you've got Chase Owens, you're coming up to like 10 members again now, which is
It's not been the same since the Elite left it anyway.
yeah.
Could it be the time where they pull the trigger and they take Finlay out like they've done in past and start as new leader? It's mad to think though that, as they call it, this Gaijin group has now got more Japanese wrestlers in it than it ever has done.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it's like three
Yeah.
now.
The only one we ever had was the Tokyo Pimp.
Yeah, exactly. He's still there. He's still jamming about.
It's not the Bullet Club of old, is it? Let's be honest.
No. And then finally, in New Japan news, Zack Sabre Jr. beat Shingo Takagi in a really good match, which led to Zack Sabre Jr. was celebrating in the ring and was jumped by Big Ricochet O'Shea, who then offered to fight ZSJ at Wrestle Dynasty on the 5th of Jan. So that's going to be the NJPW title match for that pay-per-view by the looks of things. So I'll be interested to see what Ricochet's journey is in the next 2 months. That gets us there, if he will have been international champion. See what he does on AEW. I think he could potentially be joining the Bullet Club. John doesn't think so. He gave the bullets. He gave the gun fingers when he was hitting Zack with the drop kick, but that might just be the bullets for Ricochet. But it's a good. I don't mind that match. It's a clash of styles.
I'm intrigued how Shota Uno comes into it though as well, mate.
Oh yeah. So what I think will happen is I think Shota Umino versus Zack on Wrestle Kingdom the night before in a 1-on-1, and then he'll fight Ricochet the night afterwards in a potential triple threat if Shota wins. We'll see what they do. Because one of the things Kenny mentioned in his promo is that Tanahashi wants him to fight one of the new up-and-comers, with Gabe being that, but Tanahashi is very focused on now building the next
level,
the next star, which Shota Umino has been that earmarked guy. He's not quite there yet, unfortunately, and it's sad to say because he's one of my favourites. He's been one of my favourites for a while. I think he's getting there. I think he could have done with some more time with Mox to learn a little bit of that Mox style. So I think that Mox style would do good things be big in NJ. I don't know about you, how you feel about that?
Yeah, I think was it that he was tired of Mox and COVID happened, didn't it? And we didn't get much of them there, but yeah, it could do with working Mox. I think if he's going to work Mox, though, he needs to drop the white and pink gimmick.
Yeah, he needs to go to like black, even like black and pink, something like that.
Yeah.
And he needs that darker colours, in my opinion.
But yeah, it'll be interesting. The run up now to the Tokyo Dome, it's going to be good. Yeah,
we've got a couple of good shows. But Matt, you're back in the room, mate. I'm sorry for taking so long.
Sorry.
With the NJPW news that you don't really know much about. So
are you doing a live stream for Wrestle Kingdom?
I more than likely will be, yes, because it's. I need to put the time off for that because it's at 9 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, as I say, we'll work on logistics. I might join you.
Cool. I won't be there for that one, guys. Just to let you know that. I'll be lost watching it. Cool. A few other bits. We got 3 releases over the weekend. Weird ones. Well, 2 weird ones. One not so weird. Tegan Knox has been released from a contract. Not surprising. She's not been on TV since last year. She was been ready for injury for time now. She last seen, I think she was tagging with Natalia last year.
Yeah, she was.
And she's not been seen since. I would have sent her back down to NXT for a bit. Let a few down there, maybe win the title before Roxanne got hold of it. And let her have a run, get some steam, and then bring her back up when she's ready. Indy Hartwell, my Indy, cried on Friday night when I found that out. Has been released from a contract. Still no reasons why Indy and Tegan. I guess Tegan just wanted to do other things. Indy was literally on SmackDown that night. Taped. I know it was taped, but she was literally on
Apparently
SmackDown.
she found out on social media as well.
Them rumours have been debunked.
Have they?
She got told by Triple H beforehand, and then it was all on there. And Baron Corbin being the most surprising one. I thought he was a Triple H guy. I said it before. When he got brought up, he shouldn't have been brought back up to main roster. He should have had a run down in NXT with the title. He could have been great for a trick.
It would have been good for the Ethan Page stuff as well. She's that sort of character with Ethan Page.
Yeah, it would have been good for anything down there. She should have been in the main event picture with the title. Braun Breaker was ready to go to the main roster. We all knew he was. He'd done everything he could do in NXT. I think Baron could have done another couple of months, at least win the title, have momentum, come up attack Cody Rhodes. It could have been someone for Cody Rhodes to wrestle. And we've all been saying there's not been enough people on SmackDown for him to do that, so there's someone he could have done. Where they go from there, don't know. Tegan will probably go TNA. Indy will probably do TNA. Baron Corbin, I feel like, will probably do Indies for a bit and then go to a major company, whether it be AEW or TNA. I don't think AEW will probably have him though.
I'd like to see Baron in NJ. I think that wouldn't be the worst move for him.
I think if Baron can go out on the independence and reinvent the Lone Wolf, again, if he can build the Lone Wolf character, he'll be able to walk in anywhere. I think Baron needs to find where he sits. Since he took away the Lone Wolf and then he put him in that GM role, it's not really been the same since.
No.
But if we can get that Lone Wolf back going, and he just needs to do that. Because remember back in NXT, he didn't really cut promos either, and if he did, it was more like one or two words and then he was gone. That's what he needs to do again. Put on his denim sleeveless jacket and just kick ass.
Yeah,
I agree.
GCW, kick Matt Cardona's ass. Absolutely murder Matt Cardona.
Because the end of days is one of I think it's
WWE then, doesn't it? And Corbin takes over, kind of thing.
Yeah. The end of days is one of my favourite finishes.
I love it, mate. I think it's sick.
It's such a sick
finish. There's nothing else like it. Everything else has a similar.
It surprises me though, just because the whole repackaging they did of him to bring him back to being serious and not being Happy Corbin. If they would have done this 3 years ago when he was the Happy Corbin phase with Madcap Moss, it wouldn't have surprised me. But because they put the full repackage in, did the whole tag team with Braun Breaker, which was a successful tag team at the time for NXT, and then he was just teaming with Apollo Crews on fucking SmackDown. Like, nothing against anything against Apollo Crews, but when you're teaming with Apollo Crews, you know you're in the shit.
Oh yeah, big time.
Do you know what's mad though? How's Apollo Crews survived this?
I know. And
I was about to say,
said the same thing on Friday night.
If you think of all the cuts, of all the people that have been cut in the last couple of years, Apollo Crews, there's a few more, and before people in the comments come on, why are you picking up? There's a few other wrestlers, but Apollo Crews is one of them ones in my head right now, because we've just literally mentioned Bray got released before Apollo Crews was still there.
Yeah.
Eric Rowan's released. Baron Corbin's been released. Trying to think, other ones have been released. Braun was released.
Emma.
But all Apollo Crews.
Emma shouldn't have been released. That annoyed me when that happened.
But then they kept the likes of Apollo Crews, that Aaliyah, she's still there. I think she got released.
She went like a year ago.
Yeah,
but she's only just been let go.
Yeah,
she was struggling to make a character when they were doing the NXT Breaking Ground.
Yeah.
On network.
I remember that. I always remember that. Every time I see it, I always remember that. Trying to figure out a name and figure out what she wanted to do in that Breaking Grounds.
Yeah. But you see, look at it, like say, Apollo Crews is the one. Like, he's doing nothing. He's literally collecting a paycheck.
Yeah.
He's not even on main event. I don't think he's that bad.
No.
But yet they're releasing.
Until recently, Tozawa. Until he got to the American Alpha at the time.
Even now, though, Tozawa's just like the third part of that. He is funny,
like, though, Tozawa. He is funny.
He is funny, but if Tozawa left Maxime Dupree notice,
Oh, it wouldn't even. Yeah.
it wouldn't be a big miss.
No,
I mean,
I agree.
you could do big things of Otis and Maxime Dupree as his manager. Big things. Tozawa just. I remember Tozawa was a ninja that had almost as his giant ninja.
Yeah. He was
Fucking
24/7 champion so many times as well. Well, Corbin, 2 days before his release, was involved in a Netflix commercial for WWE. They filmed it. Fightful Select have reported that he was joined by Io Sky, Kairi Sane, Motor City Machine Guns, Elektra Lopez, and LWO members for the project. And then he got released 2 days later.
Mentioned LW, sorry, a little bit slightly off topic, but Raw last night, did you notice Dragon Lee and Selena Vega, neither two of them had any LWO
Yeah, I noticed that. I did notice
stuff on
that.
them at all last night. No LWO music or nothing.
Yeah, I
When
know.
Dragon Lee came out, I was looking at the title and going, who the fuck's this?
The thing is, though, with Dragon Lee, he doesn't use the LWO music. He uses his own, but he does come out with LWO colours.
LWO shirt on. But even Selena Vega's normal has something representing the LWO on it.
And now Selena Vega always comes out with the LWO music now.
Yeah.
She doesn't come out in her own. So I thought that as well. And then Ray came out. Didn't Ray have an armband, an LWO armband on or something?
No, he had the shirt on.
Did he have the shirt? I knew I saw the colours somewhere. So I thought that was quite interesting. Whether they just didn't bring anything with him for it or out. But, yeah, I thought that as well, John. WWE have been criticised for Roman Reigns and how poor his booking has been since he's come back. Now, I do say this by saying to you, take it with a pinch of salt. Jonathan Coachman was on Chris Van Vliet. And he
said the coach.
Criticised WWE for their approach to Roman Reigns' return at SummerSlam, questioning the logic of announcers' appearance. I don't remember them announcing that the OTC would appear.
No, we just knew.
It was just something that it was obvious that was going to happen, but they never announced it. So I don't know where Coach has got this from, unless it's a SummerSlam days gone by. I don't know. Questioning the logic of announcing his appearance only for it to be a run-in. He pointed out that after a 4-month absence, so it's this year, 4-month absence, fans were left waiting through the match, looking towards the entrance for Reigns to make a significant comeback. Instead, he arrived with a run-in with no words, simply hitting solo and leaving. Coachman argued that if WWE wanted Reigns to return to be a surprise run-in, they shouldn't have announced it. Now, I'm like you guys, they didn't announce it, we just knew.
It was just so obvious.
Yeah.
I'll maybe give him to not be so obvious, but yeah, I love that moment still. I knew it were happening, but it was still sick when he came out.
This one, it wasn't announced. This goes back to that where it was the dirt sheets leaking so much. We know what's happening each week. WWE never physically come out and go, the OTC is returning at SummerSlam. No, we just knew as fans because of the dirt sheets and just how everything was playing out.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I can understand if you would have turned around and saying, why haven't come back at SummerSlam? Keep him off TV for longer, makes the bloodline try and look stronger, because that's what we were saying maybe they needed. Well, I was saying they needed to do. But they never announced it. It wasn't something that was on the thing.
On hindsight, the worst thing they did was bringing, for the current bloodline, the worst thing they did was bringing Roman back at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Because they were only finding themselves as a full group at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And bringing Roman back, you're pulling the trigger on, because it's the race to get ready for War Games.
War
You
Games.
pull the trigger on that, and then that group's just, it's not given no time for Solo, the register as the true leader.
Yeah.
He's meant to be the leader, but let's be honest, hindsight, we know Jacob's the leader because he's a better wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it should have been left, and as we said for weeks and weeks, it should have been left to them absolutely destroying people backstage for no reason, just running amok, taking the tag team titles, taking the US title, and the only one that can't get is Cody's because Solo can't beat Cody.
Yeah.
Then maybe beat down on Jimmy, bring Jimmy back first, have him beat down on Jimmy for a while, and then Roman.
That's what they should have done. At SummerSlam is Jimmy should have come out to.
That's what we said.
To base. and then they beat him down. Cody sneaks the win anyway, and then Roman has to come back further down the line.
So let's say even that. They should have done it with Jimmy coming back first and Jimmy aligning with Paul Heyman, but behind Solo's back. Then Solo puts his hands on Paul, which then leads to Paul making that phone call. And Jimmy comes out one night, they confront them, and they think they've got the upper hand, and then the old CC comes out.
Yeah.
With Paul. Paul comes out first, he's like, they're mocking Paul or whatever, or they're going to do a beat down, and Paul's like, 1 second, and then OTC's music hits.
Yeah. I agree. We're staying on the bloodline. Jacob Fatu is in a bit of hot water from his days before WWE. Apparently, he ghosted a few non-profit organisations when he said he'd make an appearance for them. And then when he got signed to WWE, he ghosted them. There were charity events and he completely ignored them. Last year, a local charity event called Jake's Network of Hope, which helps underprivileged people, had a tough experience in April. They organised a wrestling fundraiser at Lawrence University and booked several famous wrestlers, including Billy Gunn, Vampiro, Tatanka, Brian Pillman Jr. and Jacob Fatu. On the day of the event, Jacob Fatu called to say he couldn't make it because of a family emergency. Jen Harper, the development director, stated that they believed him and understood that the family is important. They expected to be reimbursed for the money they spent on Jacob Fatu, which included a plane ticket costing him $2,500. They even changed his flight when he missed it, but after a new flight took off, Fatu told him he wouldn't be coming. After that, he stopped replying to them, the production team, the person who booked him for the event. Therefore, he was accused of scamming the charity. Jacob called and said it was a family emergency. We gave him the benefit of the doubt, and Jake, so we were 100% about family, and said, if you can't make it, that's fine. We rescheduled the flight that he missed originally about an hour after the flight took off. We were made aware that he won't be coming. After that, he ghosted us. He ghosted the production team that puts together the wrestling show, and he ghosted the person that booked him. According to the report by Dr. Chris Featherstone of Sportskeeda, he is aware of the accusations against Jacob Fatu regarding his alleged actions. The report states that the company is looking into the resurfaced claims. However, there's been no further confirmation about any actions they may take beyond the investigation. I've been told with WWE they're currently investigating the reports of Jacob Fatu ghosting the charity event.
They'll just pay that, WWE.
They'll pay the $2,500 back to them. Probably a bit more. They'll probably pay like $3,000 and say, there you go.
Yeah.
So
and then
they'll do a charitable donation of like $5,000 to $10,000.
And
then invite and give a load of the tickets to the next event in that area.
They'll send Cody for a signing or something.
Yeah.
Mr. Company Man, Cody. And last thing before we talk about Crown Jewel, Mixed Match Challenge. What were your thoughts about the Mixed Match Challenge at the time? I thought it was fucking fantastic. I loved it, me.
Hey, for me, Mixed Match Challenge is making sure the partnerships had a reason.
Chemistry.
Yeah,
no,
so when they did Bayley and Finn,
Carmella and Truth was mint.
Yeah, Bayley and Finn, they worked so well together. Little Big with Alexa and Braun.
Yeah.
That has relevance. That's my only issue. If you just put two superstars together just to have a challenge, there's no chemistry, natural, like having a laugh and chemistry or whatever, then it's you just
they did it well.
Flogging a dead horse.
They did it well originally because you had like Jimmy and Naomi, who obviously married. You had Charlotte and AJ were the top guys on SmackDown at the time, so that made sense. Bayley and Finn, like you said, worked well. Carmella and Truth.
Wait, Asuka and Miz? Or was that the season afterwards?
Asuka and Miz. Yeah, no, you had Asuka and Miz. You had Lana and Rusev. So you had couples doing it together and then other wrestlers coming together that really worked. Well, Damian Priest is advocating for it to come back, saying that it could work in today's day and age. But instead of the winners getting a title shot for respective titles, they get title belts. And they get defended only for Mixed Match Challenge.
Actually, there is something it relates to this. The mixed gender tag at the weekend in Future Shock, where the men could fight the women could fight the men. Everyone was just scrapping with everybody, which was you don't see that often. It's what we wanted, obviously.
You do with Independence. I've seen it in Independence.
You see it a lot more in the Independence, and I think TNA are not afraid to do it though either, or they weren't. Should I say? I don't know if they're still doing it. I think WWE is the only real big company that's shying away from that. And we've been saying for weeks that Rhea Ripley should be allowed to fight the men. Give it a China gimmick. Open up, because like Candice LeRae can go with the men. On the independent scene, Candice LeRae had some absolute bangers matches with the men.
She did.
Asuka
can beat half the fucking men. Means submission.
Asuka, I don't know. I don't know why they don't do it, because they did it with China for a while and whatnot.
It worked.
And Lita.
I think it's to do with today's day and age. Do you know what I mean? Like, on the big mainstream company they are, they're not seen as a wrestling show. They're seen as an entertainment show. So when they get mainstream people looking at them, I mean, this is just me guessing. I'm guessing that they're scared of them looking at it, going, "Oh, the men are beating up the women."
Yeah, there's that other flip side though, isn't there? There's that gender equal.
Yeah, quality. But as soon as fucking say, I don't know, just an example, Lara Valkyria gets injured because Damian Priest has done a South of Heaven chokeslam on her and she's injured. The minute that happens, because
absolutely.
it's like spotlighted on it, because it's WWE, it'd be like, nah, that's it. Do you know what I mean?
No,
that's probably why they're shying away from it.
I get it. And maybe obviously it's some people can do it, some people don't want to do it. That's their fine. I definitely think Rhea would be perfect for it.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
So Nia, I'd say Nia would be a good shout for it as well.
Yeah, Nia would be man.
Raquel.
Ivy Nile could go really well against the men. Raquel. Shayna. I think it'd do Shayna well good. But mixed match challenge. I don't title shots. Maybe I don't want. And this is another irrelevant belt. We've just got another 2 this weekend.
By the way, the rings look terrible.
Yeah, the crown jewel belts.
Oh yeah, but they're staying in Saudi, aren't they? They're not.
Yeah,
they'll always be defended on them shows.
Yeah, but that's another match on them shows to defend another title.
Yeah, but I can see why they're doing that. It's like Survivor Series when you had champion versus champion, or the bragging rights pay-per-view when you won a trophy. Do you know what I mean? That's what that kind of thing is. I get that bit. But if they were carrying the title belts around, then I'd be a bit pissed off. But they're not. They're staying in Saudi.
But the mixed match challenge, no, just like a title shot or something.
Yeah, just keep it as it is.
And it's like speed. We've got the speed stuff at the moment, and it's.
I forgot about speed. They mention it on TV a lot recently, though, and they never.
I think it's a bit more of a push on it because they're trying to make it important. Because
X didn't want it mentioned on TV. That was the whole deal, apparently. And now they're
maybe
changing the mind.
Maybe the viewership's pulling in on it. It's not getting
to Netflix, man. When it goes to Netflix, I reckon it'll be on Netflix.
I have a little something that I've come across the other day.
Go for it.
And I've been saying it. So for Netflix era, obviously in Raw 2025, Netflix have specifically requested 3 top talent to be on Raw come 2025.
Cody Rhodes.
That, though, aren't they?
So they want Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns on Raw.
There we go. Well, that's the Bloodline feud out the way.
Who are we leaving on SmackDown then?
Yeah. Wait. So if you're going to have them 3 on there, who was it? Seth,
Cody, and Punk.
No, you said Roman.
No.
Roman, Punk, and Cody. So Seth would go SmackDown. But then
these are the three of the names they put in that they want on Raw.
Right, so let's just say them are the 3 they've chosen, because if we carry on, it's going to be fucking loads. So Seth would go over to SmackDown.
You would hope
Jey Uso would go over to SmackDown.
Damien and Damien or Sammy.
I'd probably say Rhea.
I would, if you're going 3 for 3, then Rhea.
I'd probably say Rhea more than Sammy.
I think we're going to get to a point soon.
Sammy's been on TV for a bit.
Yeah, I think we'll get to a point though soon where they're going to split Rhea and Damien.
They already have.
Especially now, because Damien's getting a repackage.
Yeah, they already have done that.
So you could send Rhea across.
Do you know what I hope for when Rhea comes back? I don't want her to go for Liv Morgan. I'm done with the Liv Morgan shit. I don't care. I don't care about it.
They'll finish. It's because of injuries and stuff. It's gone on too long, but they'll finish that. She'll come back. She'll finish that, and then she'll move on. It'll be done really quickly.
I'm very surprised they didn't try and get Becky for that Battle Royal.
Well, that's what I thought. The Battle Royal, we were going to get somebody.
Because she mentioned Becky in a post-match.
Yeah, and the fact that Tiffy didn't cash in, I thought...
Which annoyed me.
Yeah. I thought we were going to get someone. That's why I thought, obviously, because that, like I said, the Bliss. I seen that thing for Bliss. I thought, right, Bliss will win that new fresh storyline, and then yeah, Becky would have been an even better shout because of her bragging about retiring her.
Yeah, exactly. Like she could come back and say, "Look, you've not retired no one. I'm still here."
Yeah.
They might hold Becky off for a pay-per-view return for a bigger
Might
pop.
be Survivor Series, yeah. Have EO and
She might not have been able to make Jeddah.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
Because
It's an arsehole, isn't it? Like, you've got. She's gonna have to take the kid all the way over there.
It's not even that. The plans for Jeddah were changed, on NXT last week.
Yeah.
Because of the real injury of Rhea Ripley.
Well, originally Rhea was facing Raquel that night.
Yeah, but you could have went on after that then, and it could be back.
Oh right, yeah. I thought you meant for Jeddah. It didn't. Didn't change anything for that.
The plans for the back after that was all changed because of obviously her orbital bone fracture from headbutting Raquel. You reckon? But yeah, Becky would have been the right thing, and maybe that's why we didn't see Becky this week, and they've gone at EO to give Becky time because it was probably too short notice for Becky to sort whatever she's slot out with Rue.
Yeah, probably.
But if we're talking mixed match challenge, give me Seth and Becky tagging together.
Seth, Becky. So you've got loads of couples there. So when Charlotte's back, you've got Charlotte and Andrade, Becky, Seth, Jimmy and Naomi. You've got Tiffy and Ludwig. You also have
We're necessarily go down the line of the couples, and we try and work with character basis as well.
Isn't it Jay and Naomi?
No,
Jimmy.
So what were Rikishi kicking up about with the mommy stuff?
Because he's married. Jay's married with
kids.
Yeah,
he's married to a normal person. Yeah.
He's married to a normal person.
If Rhea's fit for when they're doing it, Rhea and Jay.
I'd have Rhea and Priest.
I'd go Rhea and Jay just to work off the.
Oh no, yeah, because I'd have Priest in Katana.
Because
they're best friends. They're like backstage, aren't
they? But yeah, I don't need.
Rumors are true.
Couples.
Lana and Priest.
He's with Katana Chance. Have you ever seen her Instagram and TikTok?
Hey, I'm going off what everyone's saying, and Twitter's right. Do you know what I mean? You can't go wrong.
Lana, who?
Apparently Lana and Damian Priest, CJ Perry and Damian Priest are seeing each other.
Fuck's sake.
They're not. She's come out and said it's not true. We're just friends.
Yeah, if you go on Katana Chance's.
Oh yeah, them two. She's got a boyfriend out of wrestling. They're best friends. Yeah.
Yes.
But back onto the Netflix thing. If they're doing that, then you've got to even SmackDown out, because SmackDown's going to be the 3-hour show, because Raw's going to be 2 at the moment. It's still said it's going to be 2.
Yeah, but isn't SmackDown staying on over in the United States, staying on normal TV, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's 3 hours.
Yeah.
So you need to fill SmackDown.
Netflix trying to pull a fly one to sort of murder that on that TV program so they can pull it onto Netflix.
It won't work though, because if you put Jey Uso, so put Sami Zayn over there as well. You put Sami, Jay, Seth, and whoever the biggest heel is at the time. At this moment in time, I'll probably say it's a cross between Bronson Reed and
Gunther.
And Gunther. Well, Gunther. So then Gunther. Then you're literally just swapping Raw for SmackDown, but keeping Punk on Raw.
Fortunately.
Why is Punk fucking such a big name? He's so fuck off.
Because annoyingly, mate, and I hate to admit this, people tune in because he's going to be there.
Yep.
That's it.
Because he started saying what was on his mind in Twitter in the late.
Yeah, because he sat down in the ring and spoke his mind.
Yep.
Like no one else has ever done.
It hooked me in. I was fucking.
That's it. He's unfortunately.
No one did it at that time before. Speak against Vince like that.
Yeah.
He literally said in his thing, he got given the mic and got told he could say anything he wants.
Annoyingly, I have to admit, he is unfortunately a draw because of the idiots that have been shouting. You think about it, mate. How many years was he out of the ring and people were still shouting his name when they went to Chicago?
2014 till last year.
Don't let me have my rant again.
About what?
I'd say that's about Punk. It's happened once before.
I've given up ranting about him.
Oh, I like rants.
No. I'm not doing it.
So my big thing, and I'll just summarise what I always say with Punk. I know I joke about it and like wear his merch and stuff. So that's just to wind John up. It's funny. But what people fail to realise is the guy left wrestling, spit his dummy out, threw the toys out the tram, and left you. He didn't give a shit about you. So why do you give a shit about him? That's it. That's all I'll say on it.
And that's the gospel according to Teddy.
And then what I will say is I loved him in early 2000s, mid 2000s till 2014. Absolutely loved him. Absolutely hated him because he turned his back. Wasn't keen on him in AEW because at the time I didn't like AEW. I thought it was trash. Comes back to WWE. I don't mind him. I'm not gonna sit here. I hate the fact he cost Ethan Page, but if I was to be perfectly honest with you, and I'm sat here watching a wrestling event, CM Punk comes on the TV, I don't care. I'm not mad. I'm not happy. I'm just like, yeah, it is what it is.
I'm at that point now, mate.
Could care less.
I have no power what happens or anything. So he comes on TV. He comes on TV. I'm not asked. It does annoy. It will annoy me that if he. Well, it's obvious. We know it is. He's going to pick a title up.
Yeah.
He doesn't deserve a title. Absolutely not. But he's going to win a title because they can make merch money off the back of that title win.
Even if he wins the title, I don't give a shit, to be quite honest with you. I could care less.
I only give a shit because he's taking it off someone else I feel probably deserves it more.
If he wins it in a story and the story accumulates with him losing it to someone that deserves it, I don't care. I'm not bothered.
Yes.
What will annoy me if he wins it and then he faces someone like, and this is no offense to, and I know you're gonna go what, if he loses it to Seth, it'll annoy me only because
story there.
No, that's not the only because
the belt isn't needed. The story's already there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm not bothered. I don't want Seth
win
with the title. I don't want it.
So, for me, the best payoff for Punk, if Punk takes the title, the best payoff for me, people will probably go, "Oh no, we've done it." Is Drew takes the title from Punk.
Yes,
that's the big payoff. That is
Drew or someone new.
Yeah, Drew or Jay,
like a Bronson Reed or a Jey Uso, someone or Drew McIntyre. One of those three wins it. I'll be absolutely freaking fantastic. I'll be over the moon.
I will.
Or Karrion Kross.
If CM Punk does that, and I can feel that, from the feels from the storyline and whatnot, that Drew's going to get that payoff finally off the back of Punk.
Yeah,
I'm going to be on board. Or like you say, someone new, someone that's going to project him, like the like of Jay. If that's how Jay's getting his title by beating CM Punk, I'm down for that. I'm absolutely down for it. If Chad Gable's going to get his title because he out wrestled CM Punk, I'm down for that. No, mate. I'm sorry. I'm double Karrion.
Say Karrion.
Miz could even get
Punk over Karrion. You heard it here first. John likes Punk more than Karrion Kross. Wow.
Right.
Miz could even get Karrion over.
Karrion doesn't need anyone. He just needs himself.
He does. All the help. He must have seen them announcers this week. Go, I fucking missed it again. Woo.
I know, to be fair.
Taking advice from Apollo.
Yeah, how'd you do it? Stay in the background, don't say nothing.
Hide in the toilets.
Karrion's on TV, that's the difference between him and Apollo, though. Apollo's just literally staying in catering. He's hiding behind the cake. Crown Jewel. I'm just checking the time. Crown Jewel. Me and obviously Ted were live for it. Thank you for everybody that watching. We had our record amount of people coming in before Ted hamster stopped running and the computer crashed.
Never in my life did I ever think I'd do a thing like this and I'd be the tech guy.
No, I knew. I couldn't take over because it wouldn't let me because he was live. There was no way of saving it.
I even tried to jump on my phone and just hammer the chat with things. So it was still active, even if you guys were blank screen. I was just going to hammer the chat with stuff on the behalf of the page, but it wouldn't even let me in.
Yeah.
As the wrestling fella in the chat, and I've done it before where I've jumped in and posted things as the wrestling fellas. Why I've been streaming on my laptop, just for some reason it wouldn't let me in. Just wouldn't.
And then once Ted ended it, or it ended on its own because it just crashed. I then went try and go live, and it just wouldn't let me go live. I don't know what was going on with it.
But
we went on YouTube. And then we went back onto TikTok to explain and talk about Crown Jewel. I thought it was a good event.
I really enjoyed
considering the Saudi events are just dream matches put together. I honestly thought it had stories going into it. I enjoyed it. It left me intrigued to find out what's going on. Raw, do you know what? The crowd was decent for Crown Jewel. They were into
they
it.
were.
I know John's pulling his face there, but the crowd were well into it. And it made it better than watching it in the States. By miles.
Yeah, if you compare it to the States, yes.
Well, yeah, because that's what we compare it to. We compare it to the States because it's there week in, week out.
Yeah, but if you compare it to the other ones that get it on a bit part, we're
not comparing it to like Backlash or Money in the Bank or anything like that because we know how good the European crowds are. We're comparing it to the US because that's their market. So if you compare it to the US, they were well into it. And as much as you hate the Saudi, you can't. You watch the event. They were chanting. They were into it. The only time they didn't really make a noise was when Lash Legend and what's the name came out. I always forget that one. They came out. There was just no noise. But they made a noise for Chelsea, Piper, obviously Bianca and Jade, Cody, Gunther, everyone that they were meant to. Raw was good. Raw crowd was loud. I know it's probably half of it was probably fucking piped in or whatever.
The Jay when Jay came out, they went off the fucking head. It was great.
Well, we'll start off with Jay. He teamed with Jimmy and Roman against Solo, Tammer, and Jacob.
As the fucking opener as well.
I expected it to be the opener because the Crown Jewel Championship was online, and that's what the event's built around.
Yeah, I knew
the event's built around that title. That's the whole point of this thing, was that title. That was always going to end. It's champion versus champion. They're not going to have that in the middle or at the start.
No, I would have probably opened with maybe like the women's tag match or something.
No, it was right to open with that. It was right to open with that because it set it off right. We obviously, me and you, John, knew the new Bloodline were going to win. Didn't make sense for the old Bloodline to win because there's no point in War Games. Ted had a mare.
If you kill that, if you pull the trigger on the original OG Bloodline one, there's no point of War Games.
Yep.
Yeah.
You might as well have just had Jacob against Roman because that's all you needed then.
Yeah.
And you could do God against the Usos. That'd all be needed. That's all that Survivor Series would have had.
But the entrances were very interesting, and it told me everything I needed to know about the actual thing. And I said before it that they won't put them back together as a tag team. Jay will stay on his own after it's done, and after that, I'm glad I'm stayed on that pedestal. Yeah. Jimmy and Roman came out together. Jay came out on his own. I do feel like probably at War Games they'll come out together just as a nostalgic thing. But for me, that said everything I needed to know that they're seeing Jay as a single superstar and not a tag team.
I don't know. I think they might let Jay come out on his own still, just because of that pop, that crowd noise.
They're only in Canada, though, aren't they?
Yeah, that's it. They can get 3 pops in Canada. You have the OTC and Jimmy coming.
Yeah, you've got Sami Zayn as well.
You get Sami.
Yeah.
And then you'll get used to
good point.
Because if you think about it, the Bloodline's not going to get much. The Bloodline's not going to get much of a pop at all.
No,
Jacob where you can get 3 massive pops at the end of the show.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad they did that. And I like the way that Roman sort of played it off like he was. At first, I'm a bit annoyed that Jay's coming out and getting the love.
Yeah.
And then try to play it off like he weren't asked. You can still see that it was bothering him.
Yeah.
Especially after Friday, where he told Jay. Friday cemented it more for me as well, because Jay told him, "There's no more you telling me what to do. The moment you tell me what to do, I'm gone."
Yeah.
And then they give him that entrance. I was happy that Jay got his own entrance, and he weren't.
I knew you would be.
I'm very happy with that, because it's that there just reaffirmed for me as well that they don't put him back in there. It's not a reunited of the Usos in the tag team division.
To be fair, I don't think it'd work now anyway. If you're to put them back together, I know the brothers and I know the whatever. I don't think Jay is just the biggest star. He's a single superstar. If you put him back in the tag team, it's overshadowing Jimmy.
You just might as well if you put them back to the tag team, you might as well just leave them there. Don't ever try to split them again, because you'll miss out on the chance you've done.
Yeah.
That you've built Jay up for not this year. Jay's been building for 2 to 3 years now.
Yeah, I agree.
And that Hell in a Cell, that first Hell in a Cell against Roman, Jay's stardom's been building since then.
Yep.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I agree. Match wasn't great. To be fair, the match was a bit slow in the middle. Started to get towards it in the end. Obviously, Sammy came out at the end after they were beating him all down. And then, as he was going for the haluva kick and Reigns was going for the spear, they kind of Sammy connected with Roman. It looked like he was aiming for Roman. Obviously, we know what he was doing. But I said it on stream. I was like, I can see what's happening here. It's lining up.
Yeah.
So yeah, we both got a point for that. Ted didn't. Then we had the 4-way women's tag match. I think next, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lash Legend and the other one, Metaphor. They call him. I hate the fact they call him Metaphor. Chelsea Piper, damage control, and the champions Bianca and Jade. Bianca and Jade got a massive pop, like we always expect them to. Chelsea Piper got a bit of a pop as well, which I was very happy with. Obviously, we all went with Jade and Bianca. It was
Just
good.
on with
Sorry, mate.
talking of Jade and Bianca, sorry to interrupt you, mate.
That's all right.
I noticed something Friday. I don't know about Crown Jewel, but definitely last night. I feel like WWE are trying to push a Marvel deal.
Yeah.
Because we had Piper Niven in an X-Men outfit on Friday.
Yes, we did.
Watch it back. And
Yes,
then Jade and Bianca last night with Deadpools.
I thought they were Deadpools, and I'm like,
I thought they were just in red outfits.
No, if you go back and watch, especially at the beginning when they come out, Jade actually has these little brown utility belt on as well. And I'm sure somebody else recently done something in the last week or so, but them three have stuck out of my mind. It's almost like WWE trying to push for a Marvel deal. Without saying
about Disney money.
Fair dues, they get it though.
If we back off the because AEW's got a DC one, so maybe they're looking at the other options of expanding into there.
One in it.
Well, depends what you look at. Marvel cinematically, yes. Comics wise, if you read comics, DC's better.
Yeah, it is.
I don't watch comics. I don't read comics.
Yeah, cinematically.
I'm not a nerd. I am really. So
cinematically, yes, I'll give you the Marvel movies have been better. Depending which one you like, in overall, there only has been a handful of good DC based movies. But I noticed it and I just like, it's a bit odd. And obviously, you get Gargano's been doing it for years, absolute years. But
do you know what? I would never have put that together. You know, I would never have thought that.
It was Piper. It was Piper on Friday.
But even with Piper, I wouldn't have even. I knew Piper was dressed, but I wouldn't have even put it all together that they were trying to get a Marvel deal.
Do you know who noticed the Deadpools?
Zoe.
Zoe were watching Raw last night and she went, "Why is Jay dressed as Deadpool?" Oh yeah.
I thought they were just in red outfits to me. Oh, well.
Yeah, no, the Deadpool get-ups.
There you go. They were also planning on the breakup, by the way, after last night.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Jade and Bianca won. We all got that point. It was a good fatal 4-way tag match. It was good. It showed Lash Legend, and I keep banging on about her because she's really improved and she's really showing that she deserves to actually show up on Raw and SmackDown and be on pay-per-view. To be fair to her. Obviously, we know what Damage Control are doing. Chelsea and Piper are fucking great as well. But no, good match.
With Chelsea and Piper, how long until we pull the trigger on them too now?
They're not pulling the trigger on them.
They need to, man.
I know they need to. We know they need to. They're not going to.
Maybe have them be the ones that topple Jade and Bianca.
I would. I don't think they will, though. I think it'll be Metaphor.
They'll go down the lines of Lash Legends or whatever.
I think it'll be Metaphor. I think Metaphor.
Or the new Fusion one that Ted don't like.
No, they've not been seen on TV, have they? Unless they were on last night, I missed it.
Yeah, they were on last night.
Was there?
They were on last night.
But I mean, they've not been involved with it.
Sonya and Shayna were. There were no Zoe.
All right. Yeah, Zoe's. I'm sure I read Zoe's doing something at the moment. But yeah, no fairs. I'd have Chelsea and Piper take over Jade and Bianca. That's just me, though.
I would have Chelsea the Money Bank winner, but that's a different conversation. Oh, go on.
Don't get me started. We'll get on to that soon.
She wouldn't be listening to Nia. She wouldn't be letting Nia tell her what to do.
She fucking would. She's fucking shit scared of her.
That's
You're joking?
next,
She's scared of Piper. Was that next? Can we talk about that now? Because that pissed me off. We'll talk about it now anyway. That pissed me off.
Hey, fuming.
No, we're not.
I actually watched that match properly.
It was Seth. We'll talk about Seth in a minute then. All right, well, we'll do Seth and Bronson first. Seth and Bronson, it was advertised as an unsanctioned match, but then WWE didn't call it an unsanctioned match. But then when I looked on the website, it said it was an unsanctioned. I'm dead confused what it was. I don't think they knew what it was going to be. Ted really spit his dummy out at the end of this match. And if you watch this live stream, he actually, and I told him to get a grip, and then I did the same thing with Tiff. Obviously, he took 3 curb stomps, a couple on the stairs. Seth obviously won. I did say after it, they're going to have another one. Ted went, no, that's it. Push done. Bronson Reed's done. Can't believe they give it to Seth. Never seen. Do you know last time I saw someone spit the dummy out like that was me with Roman Reigns. We're talking about Seth Rollins shit. When we were doing the top 5 stars and they weren't allowing me to have Roman Reigns. That was the last time I saw that.
I said it to you before we did the picks. They basically advertised his win the moment they let Seth talk in the camera and basically remind people that he is the Beast Killer.
Yeah, the Beast Slayer, yeah.
That's it, Slayer. He is the Beast Slayer. What you've got to remember is, it doesn't harm Seth losing to Bronson Reed. Absolutely no harm. But at the same point, Seth needs to get one up just to remind people that it doesn't matter if they're built like Bronson Reed or Brock Lesnar, or they're the size of Rey Mysterio flipping around. Seth's better than them all on his day.
Not only that, where were they?
Saudi Arabia.
Seth's gonna win.
If that pay-per-view, mate, was in Australia or New Zealand, then I would have went the other way.
Yep. It was just funny because after it, he went, no, that's it. Bronson's push is done. I said, they're going to have another one at Survivor. No, they're not. It's done. And I went, mate, he's just took 3 curb stomps. You think they're going to leave it there? What happened on Raw last night, Ted?
Big Bronson turned up and messed
Big Bronson turned up and took out Seth Rollins.
Yeah,
obviously,
he took out everybody.
He took, not everyone. He didn't, and Dom.
I'm not going to probably cover Raw, but who did win that? Because I did turn it off by that
Priest.
point. Who won?
Damian.
I thought it'd be Priest.
Yeah, it was obviously it's going to be Priest. They're repackaging him and pushing him again, aren't they? Which I'm happy with. But he put Seth through a table. I told you it would happen.
He's going to run it again.
Chill, mate. It's
and
all good.
I'll tell you who will win this one.
I just want to see some more tsunamis.
Big Bronson Reed will win this one.
Yep.
Then we'll get a third one in sort of like a cage
main event.
Yep.
I said this. And no one wants to see Bronson Reed. I've been shouting it for the past year and a half since he came back, wanting to get more. No one wants to see him with the world title more than me. But it was obvious Seth was winning that.
That's another one that we touched on before. If CM Punk loses Bronson Reed, I'll be fine with it.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, as much as Seth is untouchable, every now and then they need to remind people that Seth
who he is. Yeah.
Who he is.
It's like AJ.
There's only, honestly, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins.
Yep.
There's that in it, mate. There's that in it. If Roman takes a long hiatus off TV, Seth's the big guy.
Yep.
Cody would be the poster boy, but Seth is the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seth is the best in-ring performer WWE have.
Oh, back.
I would go wrestling in general. If Kenny Omega can get 100% fit and stay fit, there's only Kenny that can get close to Seth for in-ring performance.
Ricochet could as well, actually.
No.
JD.
Get the mud.
Keith Lee.
Honestly, in a few years' time,
Keith Lee,
you know what? Do you know where the generation are old now, and they talk about the greatest wrestlers of all time? They throw out Ric Flair and they throw out
Shawn Michaels
stuff.
Rock,
in a few years' time, when we're the older generation, the really old generation, we're going to be talking about Seth Rollins.
Roman Reigns, Kenny Omega, John Moxley.
Yeah. Seth's going to be one of them names that we're going to throw out straight away. Like, there'll be some kid that they're wrestling, and they'll be like, he wouldn't have been able to lace the boots on Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Because we won't be wrong.
No, they won't be.
Remember, he's a revolutionary.
Bar Roman Reigns.
He's an architect.
And then we had the Women's Crown Jewel Championship.
Right, I'm going to step away, let Matt have a chat.
And this is where I had to spit my dummy out. Liv doesn't need that frigging title. Oh, it's not even a title. Liv didn't need that win. Liv doesn't. Let's
Absolutely
face it,
not.
Liv's bigger.
100% with you.
Liv
I'm just
is
going to turn the
bigger
light on.
than her and Nia.
Yeah.
And she's bigger
So
than
Nia
her
took
and
that
Nia.
title, right? The way it should have played out, especially with the news of Mami being injured.
Yeah.
Because we know at this point, Mami's going to be away for some time. To keep Liv relevant on TV about having to manufacture a new storyline is Nia wins, absolutely obliterates Liv. Tiffy cashes in. Tiffy takes the title. Tiffy moves the Raw. Tiffy Liv for the next few weeks.
Should have already gone.
Yeah.
There's no
And I
need to
wouldn't
do what
even
they've done.
done it. I would have done the cash in when Triple H was in the ring giving Nia the title.
Yeah.
That Tiffy ran in and pinned her while Liv was in the middle of the ring still.
Yeah. Same. I would have done the exact same. It annoyed me the fact that
Because
they didn't.
Nia would have been there like that going, too busy to interrupt. And
And then
took the
it
pin.
also
Or even
annoyed me
had
that
the-
I lost the point on it. So it also annoyed me that as well.
I think it was stupid that they didn't cash in.
Yeah, I do.
I don't like the idea of like Tiffy not doing what she's told by Liv. They're not Liv by Nia.
Yeah.
I don't like that. That there doesn't give me any hope for her to being a strong champion if she's going to be listening to Nia right now.
Well, I think if what I've been reading is true, they're having Charlotte and Tiffy at Mania
All right, okay.
with Charlotte
does-
being the challenger,
Does that say that Tiffy's going to? Oh
which
no.
means Charlotte's winning the Royal Rumble.
So we're having
Or
Tiffy as a champion going into Mania. I don't
or
want
Elimination Chamber.
that. I don't see there it is again.
Why does she need to be in the
Straight inject it back in to
Yeah.
the title picture.
Because and I'm not sticking up for her because I agree with you, I don't want her there. But she's been off TV for a year. And even before that, she weren't injected into title picture. She was feuding with... I can't remember who she was feuding with, but she weren't in a title picture. I don't think she's held a title for a year, well, thanks to injuries as well, but for about nearly 2 years now.
I would rather, and do you know what? I'd have more respect for her. And obviously, I don't think it's her, but I'd have more respect if she came back and did what Roman did when he came back.
Complete change.
Complete change,
Yeah.
and work up to that. If she came back now
Oh, sorry.
and did a storyline,
Sorry, mate. Last time she held the title was WrestleMania last year. Sorry, my fault. She faced Rhea.
yeah.
Of course
Rhea
she
beat
did,
her
yeah.
for it.
So if she came back and did a run of building up this new a new version of her, and then went into the Royal Rumble, if she's back for a length of time, then went into the Rumble and run it, I probably would have a different view on it. But not like if she comes back in December, because let's be honest, we've only got 2 months now before the Rumble.
3 months.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's February this year, isn't
Yeah.
it? So 3 months between now. Say she comes back late November, early December, or even late December, we're getting 2 months of a run. She's going to go in there, win that, and straight back into the main event at WrestleMania. I don't like that. I don't.
And I think this is the problem with
Yeah.
people with Charlotte and where the hate comes from is this
She's
comeback.
so good in the ring. She's so good in the ring. It's the fact that she comes back. I know maybe not every time straight away, but she's put into matches and into that title picture when she probably doesn't deserve to be just yet. She's
So,
not.
me sitting on the fence here, and I know I'm a Charlotte Flair fan, and I'm not sticking over because I agree. But, me sitting on the fence, is it not the same when people like The Rock was in the Royal Rumble and he returned? I don't think he ever did, but like Cena returned at the Rumble, won it in 2008.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah,
Yeah,
So
it's the same thing.
why is it okay for Cena to do it?
it's not okay for Cena to
But
do
it-
it.
It's
but it
not
was.
okay, but I think with that is Cena's also worked the mid card for long enough as well. She's
Yeah.
never really worked the mid card, mate. She's always been. the
She's never been
title
in a
picture.
feud with like Shotzi for no reason, or
Yes, yes.
like
But this is
It's
it.
just
There's
Shotzi
been no.
Survivor
There's been
Series.
no.
oh yeah, she
Me-
did. Sorry.
I think for me, it all stems back to when we had Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch at WrestleMania, and she got injected into to make it triple threat. It never needed her in it.
Yeah,
No.
but again, that's not her. That's the
No,
creative
no,
team.
this is it. This is it. And I like don't get me mistaken. I think Charlotte Flair in ring is absolutely great. I don't like the storylines that she's given because them storylines always end up with her sliding straight back into the title picture as quick as they can.
I think at
That's
the
my
moment
issue with
SmackDown
Charlotte.
needs it. I think SmackDown needs it. Looking at SmackDown's title picture at the moment, I'm fed up of seeing Bayley and Nia Jax. I don't want to see it anymore. I'm done with it. I'm fed up of seeing Tiffany and Naomi, and Tiffany and Bayley, Bayley and Naomi, Naomi and Tiffany. I'm fed up of seeing the same people in there. And then when you look at actually who's there on the roster, you got Chelsea and Piper who are being used in a tag team that they won't take out the tag team because for whatever reason. You've got Lash Legends on NXT. You've got Bianca and Jade, who literally are on SmackDown, but they're the tag champs, so they can go to any show. But they won't split them up because Jade needs Bianca, which was mentioned last night on Raw.
That split will come. We'll get Jade. We'll get Bianca over on SmackDown.
So, we've got Mismatch Challenge Ford and Bianca as well, by the way.
Oh yeah, shit, yeah.
Which would be a fucking mint tag team, by the way. But yeah, no, I agree with you, Charlotte Flair being put in. I don't want Tiffany vs Charlotte. It's a match I want to see. Do I want to see it at WrestleMania? I don't know. It depends what it feels like going up to it. But at this very moment in time, you tell me someone that needs on SmackDown roster to face Tiffany there.
So I obviously
there's no one.
Thinking of someone you can move things around and whatnot, but Charlotte going against Tiffany at WrestleMania, another NXT superstar that's not long up to potentially take the title off. That's just her and Rhea all over again.
Yeah.
She did it with Rhea. She actually went down to the NXT. She won the Royal Rumble and went down and took on Rhea for the NXT title.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, but again, I keep bringing it up, and I know you could mix it. You can mix it up a bit, but relatively on SmackDown right now. All right, let's have Naomi win it then.
Opens that door, mate, for so many more people to
let's have Naomi win
ship.
it. Naomi.
I don't say Naomi, but you've got other people, mate. I like the fact of the Royal Rumble, mate. It would be great to give somebody else that opportunity.
No, I agree. But you look at the women's roster. We went through the women's roster on Crown Jewel on SmackDown. There's no women on it.
Bliss on SmackDown.
Bliss is with the Wyatts, mate. Bliss is coming back with the Wyatts.
They don't need her.
No, I know they don't.
I think they proved it now.
I want her to be the goddess.
I would bring the goddess back and put her on SmackDown because they're distancing from the Wyatts as best they possibly can.
I agree.
If she comes back and there's any link with the Wyatts, it shouldn't be her in the White Six. It should be and I was thinking about this last night when I was waiting for her to fucking come back, is whenever she's in a title or in a picture where she's like outnumbered 2-on-1, Nikki Cross just turns up and helps her and goes away. Sort of to say the White Six have always got her back because of the link to Bray, but she's not an official member.
That's what I mean. There should be an acknowledgement that they're there, but they shouldn't be like a week in, week out.
Yeah. So if let's say she comes back and she's feuding with Liv, and Liv and Raquel are beating her down, Nikki Cross comes out. Not necessarily doesn't have to do anything, scare them off, and then lights go out and she's gone again. But it's never mentioned why she's coming out. It's like a little nod that the White Six are always going to have Alexa's back.
I wouldn't have her. I'd just have her on her own. But
it's a message. It's a message from the fucking thing. He says to always always help, always help her. Like playing up to the Sister Abigail thing.
I remember, actually, I've just remembered she stabbed the Fiend in the back when he was feuding with Orton.
Didn't stab Bray in the back, though. That's the Fiend.
Same person, man.
Clutching at straws, then, Ted. Clutching at straws.
So she could be the one that they used to line up Nikki Cross and build up Sister Abigail.
Yeah. Quickly moving on. Crown Jewel, obviously, time-wise, I'm looking at it. Owens Orton never got going.
I missed it. I was just on food. That's how much I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it was literally Orton RKO'd Adam Pearce. Nick Aldis ran away because he didn't want to get RKO'd again. And then he got put through a table by Owens through an elbow. And that was it. It never got going. Which will carry on over in Survivor Series. Anything? Triple Threat was the match of the night. Carmelo, Andrade. That's when Ted's stream started going. Carmelo, Andrade, and LA Knight. Match of the night was fucking quality. From start to finish. Right person won for me. As much as I want Andrade with the title or Carmelo or someone different, I think when you drop the title from LA Knight, I think he's lost, and he's got nothing going at the moment. Won't mind seeing LA. I know you probably don't agree, but I won't mind seeing LA Knight win the Royal Rumble.
I can get on board with that one.
Yeah, whatever.
I think it was the main event, wasn't it?
Yeah, then it's Gunther versus Cody.
Gun for Cody.
It
It
was all right. We already knew who was going to win.
It's what it was.
But I still give the overall show a 7.5. Me.
Yeah, I gave it a 7.
Good show.
I gave it a 7.
I'm not scoring it because I've not watched it properly.
But we need the Johns out of
I can't do that when I'm watching it and working, but then also I was trying to help you guys on modern as well as do my work. So I've not watched it properly. I'll give it a rewatch this week. If you mind, I will watch it this week when I'm working.
We had Dave on mod. So if you ever feel like you needed to, we always have.
So
Dave,
I wasn't, when I say modding, I was popping in and out when I had a chance. I weren't in all the time.
I was gonna say that's why we made Dave a mod. So he's always
no. I was popping in and out when I had a chance. So it wasn't like I was staying in modding and stuff because I can't mod when I'm doing what I'm doing for work. So I haven't watched properly. It probably will hit my viewing this week. What are we on? Tomorrow's Wednesday, so I'll probably watch NXT tomorrow because it's the special one in Philadelphia, and I'm intrigued to see Bubba.
So is Ted, to be fair.
So actually, I might watch it tomorrow. Actually, that might be on my list for tomorrow's viewing while I'm working.
Man. Let me just have a look at something.
Because I have AEW on Thursday, but I'm back in the office Thursday. So AEW will be Saturdays. Oh, I'll watch AEW Friday because I'm not working.
I'm tempted to go in on Thursday.
Not working Friday.
I'm just gonna.
But yeah, no, I can't give it a score because I can't give it an honest because I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
thoroughly.
I don't think it's going to. It's not.
But next one is
Full Gear.
Full Gear, 24th, 23rd, 24th.
Whatever the Saturday is. It is, my friend, the 23rd. Well, 24th.
Yeah.
24th for us. 23rd for the US. Because it'll be at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's a long one.
God, it is as well.
Just trying to see. Just getting that. I've just had notifications from the app I get my news on about the Jacob stuff you mentioned before. Obviously, we touched on Rhea is out indefinitely. She has an actual injury to her orbital bone in her skull.
Yeah.
Me and Ted were talking about this last night. But yes, roughly, I reckon it's going to be a long one. If you remember that Austin Aries was taken out by Shinsuke with the same injury, and he was off for absolute ages.
It's not something you can just build muscle on. It is just a certain weight, isn't it?
It's
They need
could
Becky
take
back.
out.
If that's the case, they need Becky back on Raw.
They do. It could be. When I say like it's a long way, she could miss Mania.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Depending on it. Obviously, she could do some sort of. But you were separating them now. She could have done some sort of manager role for Damien for a while, but separated them to working, and it's no point. Trying to think of anything else. AEW wise this week.
I've not seen anything, mate. In all honesty,
Orange Cassidy has answered the calls from the roster to be the head of the roster, the locker room,
way.
take on Mox. Reluctantly, like. Obviously, Pirate Party are the new AEW Tag Team Champions.
Yes.
Which is a big bold. I'd say it was a bold move by Tony Khan, considering who he's got around him. It shows his intent for the Private Party. Which also signals the Young Bucks are going to be off TV now for a while.
I don't mind that. They've had a good run.
It's also rumoured to be the end of the EVP storyline that they're running right now as well. Because they're losing control and they don't want nothing to do with it. So
if they come back and they're all just themselves, I'm not going to like them again.
I think... like I mentioned before, it's how they want to work the storyline and angle. If they want us to forget that them and Kenny had an issue, then it's going to bring them back to be the saviors of AEW sort of thing. Then Yeah, I don't know about that either. Because I'd rather them come back and face Kenny and Kota again.
Also, yes, please.
That's me being selfish. I'm trying to think of anything else. I think that's the biggest news this week from AEW, from what I remember watching. Oh, we had a match between Buddy Matthews and Adam Cole, which was really good.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah,
Didn't say
it was
Adam
very
Cole
strong.
properly.
What?
You didn't say Adam Cole properly.
Baby!
Thank you.
There you go. Where Buddy Matthews worked on the ankle, and Cole got pulled out, and the doctors were trying to take off, and he called him a bitch or something.
Yeah.
Obviously, Cole came back and beat down, but then it led to a handshake between Buddy Matthews and Adam Cole, baby. The lights went out, and it was actually Malachi Black shaking Cole's hand, and that's his next match.
It was so good. It was so good.
Yeah, and then we had the big surprise AEW debut this week, Matthew. You did watch it this week. The balls up of the century.
Oh, I haven't still watched
Oh,
it.
yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
So we had Swerve in the main event. I can't remember who Swerve took on in the main event. Was it Shetland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Swerve Shetland in the main event.
I did
Swerve
watch
won.
Dynamite last week. You just reminded
you
me.
did. And then at the end of the match, MVP comes out. Bit of a promo. The light goes out. And the light goes back on. I just thought someone got to put 50p in the meter. It was off and out that long. And even the commentators went, "Oh, House of Black again?"
Yeah, they did.
And then Bobby Lashley, his music hit. So bad. And as
The
Matt
fans were
Smith-
chanting holy shit. I'm not going to lie to you. That's the biggest non-secret in the world. That's as big a secret as Roman returning at SummerSlam.
No. The worst kept secret in wrestling in the recent years is Cody Rhodes going to WWE.
Yes,
at WrestleMania.
yeah.
That's on par with that. That's how bad.
Or
of a
Punk
secret
returning
it's
at Survivor
Oh,
Series.
Punk returning at
Yeah.
Survivor Series last year.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm with you. Holy shit. Why? It's just Bobby Lashley and his big bald head.
Holy shit, because Bobby Lashley's coming, which we knew for weeks that he signed.
The moment
We
Shelton
thought he was
Benjamin-
coming at Wrestle Dream.
The moment Shelton Benjamin and MVP turned up, Bobby went far behind.
Oh my god, Bobby Lashley, holy shit. Fuck off.
But yes, Bobby Lashley debuted on AEW this week.
The Hurt Syndicate.
The Hurt Syndicate.
I wonder how
yes,
Tom
is the
feels
move.
like that.
Yeah, and trying to think. I think there's I just read there as well. Dijak's offered to be Ricochet's tag team
I've seen
partner
that.
this week.
I've seen that. See, I
Whether
don't mind
that comes
Dijak
off.
coming in. Don't mind Dijak coming in because he wasn't really used on WWE TV properly. So I'm
No.
fine with that. Bobby Lashley, they don't need him. They
No,
don't
no.
need Shelton. They
They've
don't need
never-
MVP.
No, and
If
I
anything,
definitely feel, I
Shelton
feel like
can-
it's a buy two get one free with them free. So
It
you got
really
Bobby
is,
and
isn't it?
MVP.
Can you
and
imagine
they've
if
gone,
Cedric
"We're
was
not
released
signing."
as well? You imagine if
Huh?
Cedric was released?
Yeah. We're not signing unless you bring in Shelton as well.
Shelton and Cedric, are you signing? And we get them as well. Okay, yeah, I'll sign. And
Yeah,
Cedric's
no,
on NXT.
We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that was pretty much Dynamite stuff this week.
Yeah.
Nothing thrilling. It was an okay show.
I
Other
just
than that,
couldn't
but I
believe
don't
the
think we'll
holy
get-
shit chants of Bobby Lashley. I'm sat there and I'm watching
Mate,
it and I'm
I said that to
going,
you, the holy shit chant is used at the wrong time in
always.
wrestling now.
And then
They
this is
never get it
awesome.
right.
This is awesome as well.
Oh, the This Is Awesome one's worse.
It's
Because it
always
could be
in
an
every
absolute
match.
dog turd match. It's not awesome.
It's not. Just
It's
stop.
dog shit.
And do you know what? I've been watching some old, the
Zack
build.
Sabre Jr. is wrestling someone down in the ring and he's holding him down and they're shouting this.
And
No,
it-
it's
yeah.
not.
And it's not.
Like,
But mate, it's the same with anyone though. Like if they're all doing a sleeper hold in the middle of the ring and the fans start chanting, "This is awesome." I'm like, is it though? Is
And it's like,
it?
are you watching the same match we're watching? on
I'm not
TV?
watching that match that we were watching because this ain't awesome and I don't want to see this at this very moment in time.
And do you know the other one that gets me as well? Is when the match it's mediocre and then they start chanting "Fight Forever."
Oh, yeah, that's
that's
mate.
the one that boils my piss. That one does boil my piss. I'll give you that.
If we've got Kevin and Sammy going at it full tongues, yes. Tommaso and Johnny Gargano going at it full tongues, yes. Give me the fight forever chance, because they are literally feuds that are going to go on forever and ever, because they're going to come the friends and they're going to split up. But when you've got Tozawa taking on Omos, please don't tell me fight forever. This is awesome.
What was the one they did at the weekend that they chanted, "This is awesome"? I can't remember what it was, and it weren't even it weren't awesome. I can't remember what it was. I don't think it was a weekend. I think it was like the other week on SmackDown. They're like, "This is awesome," and I'm like, it's a Camelo and Andrade match with LA Knight as the referee. And normally Andrade and Camelo matches bang. This one didn't. It was probably the worst one out of all 7 they've had.
Andrade hasn't had a good match since NXT days, mate.
Yeah, he has, mate. Yeah, he has. Watch SmackDown. Crown Jewel. Just watch Crown Jewel. He was sick in that
match.
I watched it. He didn't.
Yeah, I don't.
I watched it. It was sick. Andrade, since he's come to SmackDown, his matches have been sick. But what I'm saying is that match was probably the poorest one out of them all. And they were chanting, "This is awesome," after 5 Spanish flies. And I'm like, it's not though, is it? It's not. It's not. Stop telling me it is.
I'm losing. I've lost faith in Andrade. I think that's what my issue is. I wanted so much from Andrade because he's so good. It's just never paid off wherever he's been.
Since he's been on SmackDown, mate. He's been great. His matches are banged. I've not.
Yeah.
And I know I stick up for the guy like Karrion Kross, but even I'll turn around and say that Karrion's matches are fucking not great. Do you know what I mean? But I'll say it in Andrade's like I did with that Camelo one. It weren't great, but altogether, I'd say Andrade's this run on main roster is better than half the shit I watched in AEW of Andrade.
Oh, his AEW run's horrendous, mate. Absolutely horrendous.
Him and Camelo are fantastic for each other.
Yeah, they are.
But anyway, yeah. Week in a nutshell, we've got TNA on Wednesday, midweek. So if you want to come and watch us, react to Turning Point 2004. Main event being LAX and American Most Wanted in 6 Sides of Steel. I did say about 2:30. Well, I'm gonna make it about 4 o'clock, just because it gives people a chance to come on. I'm trying different times to see what's best. We didn't get a big following on Wednesday afternoon, so we'll say 4 o'clock, and then if we need to change it again, we'll change it again. But 4 o'clock this Wednesday, come join us, and we will be live for Turning Point 2004. And then we've got SmackDown on the Friday.
Well, where can they find you?
TikTok, Wrestling Fellas. Says it behind me.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just there.
Just there. Oh, no, just miss off. Hang on, I can't do it, man.
Oh, I need to change it. Yeah, miss off the pod.
It's just Wrestling Fellas now on TikTok. It's not Wrestling Fellas Pod. Wrestling Fellas. We need to update these graphics.
I need to change it, yeah. But yes, we'll be live on there Wednesday. And then on Friday night, SmackDown. I'm always live for SmackDown, so come join us on there. We have a laugh. And then back to Raw, back to TNA, back to SmackDown, and then full year on the Saturday. Is it this week? No, it's the week after, innit?
24th. Obviously, in the future, I just want to obviously put that out now, because obviously things are changing. Maybe for one of us in work life, maybe another one. So some of the lives, like during the week, are subject to change. So like Matt says, times and days might change as well, depending on work days. But Monday night and Friday night should stay the same. It just might be different people each week now. And obviously we will be live for the pay-per-views one way or another. There'll be somebody doing a pay-per-view. No matter what happens with work life, we'll try and make sure somebody's doing it. Pay-per-views are easy because they're after when me and Ted finish anyway. Matt, we're not too sure just yet. So you might get a run where it's just me and Ted for a while, and then Matt might turn back up, and like last week I might not be there, or Ted might not be there because he's in Japan at WrestleMania season.
I will be there for WrestleMania season. I've already booked that week off, so don't you worry about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how my holidays are that time, book as much as I can of it off, because we can try and cover as much. It's going to kill us, like, but
I've got a lot. We've got a lot of what to do that week.
Yeah, but even just the live streams, because we'll have SmackDown in the Hall of Fame both nights of WrestleMania, then Raw, NXT Takeover. Probably, depending on what we do, time off that week, I probably might cover AEW that week myself, just do a week of wrestling. We'll see, because it'll kill us by Monday.
Worth it though. Always for you guys, and you've all got to subscribe and follow.
Yeah. But yeah, that's down the line, and obviously in the next few weeks we will be starting to announce how the fellas channel will look over the festive period. So keep an eye out for that, because there will be a bit of a change in your regular schedule come Christmas period. But guys, I think that's it, innit? Anything else?
No, nothing from me.
Yeah,
nothing from me.
Hit the subscribe button here. Hit the thumbs up on the video if you like it. Give us a comment. What did you think of Crown Jewel? Also, don't forget to join us over on the TikTok. Like we said, that behind us now is a little bit outdated. We're going to update it. It's just Wrestling Fellas over there.
I'm going to do that today, yeah. I'll update them.
So yeah, join us there on Friday. Well, tomorrow for Matt for the TNA
4 o'clock.
Classic pay-per-views, 4 o'clock. Then on Friday for SmackDown UK, guys, it's back to 1 a.m. So you'll be on about 10 to, maybe a bit before that, depending on how Matt's feeling. And then back to Monday, which will be me this Monday. Obviously, depending on what happens, if anything changes. But yeah, it should be me on Monday because it's my turn. And so on. But yeah, so Friday, Wednesday, and Monday are on TikTok. Pay-per-views are on TikTok and YouTube. Yep. Don't forget, go hit the other socials up. Anything else? No.
I hit the nail on it. Oh, if you want any of your WWE merch, click the link in the description below. It takes you to EuroShop. And you can go and use the link and help the fellas out. If you really want to.
Yeah. Should we do an old school just before we go? An old school, because we haven't done it for a few weeks. And I know all three of us are wearing shirts this week.
One of us is wearing an AEW shirt, though.
Doesn't matter.
I'm wearing the bastard.
He's wearing a wrestling shirt with a swear word on it.
I wore this to work the other day.
You never see that in WWE. Never see that.
It's only in the UK that's a swear word.
Yeah.
Can't say that word. My mum will shout.
I've got my white gym t-shirt on today. Bring out the big fella. Matthew?
Do that again. Cool. Thank you. I can screenshot that. Karrion Kross.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey, I'll take if you get when we come off. I'll take the top off and send you some pictures of me doing it.
You've done that already. I've got loads of them.
All right, okay.
I've saved them.
Do you know what more? I thought we were sending more.
If you want John's naked photos, sign up. Subscribe.
If you want photos of Matthew's eyes, Friday night.
You won't find them. My eyes are fucking closed, mate.
I'm going to, for WrestleMania or Royal Rumble, depending if I can find them quickly, I'm going to get you a pair of them glasses that have eyes on them.
Oh, thank you.
I thought you were going another way then. Do you know the drunk goggles you can get that makes your eyes really big? I thought that's what you're going to try and get them.
God knows where you find them. But yeah, no, until next week, ladies and gents and everybody else, peace out.
Peace.
Peace.